Hi guys, this is Satif from Webin.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest Halogen OS ROM based on Android 15 onto Nothing Phone 2. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone and let's get started. So first off, download the Android SDK platform tool from a guide and extract them onto your PC. You may start them anywhere you want. In my case, I've done from C drive, and these are the files of platform tools. Once that is done, search for environmental variable from the start menu, and from there click on environmental variables button. Then go to system variables path, click on edit, click on new, and now paste the path of platform tools over here. As you could see in my case, this is the path of platform tools. Once that is done, click on OK, and once again OK. Moving on, now you have to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging is required for ADB command, whereas OEM unlocking is required to unlock the bootloader on your phone. So let's enable both the toggles. For that, go to the settings menu on your phone, then go to about phone and tap on build number 7 times. From here, go to Nothing OS and tap on build number 7 times. This will enable the developer options. So go back, go to system, developer options, and turn on the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. You will get a prompt, tap on OK, and after that you might get one more prompt. So just give me a second. This will be RSA key prompt. So again, tap on OK if you get that prompt as well, or tap on allow. And with this, the debugging is now enabled. Let's verify the same. So go to the address bar of platform tools, type in CMD, hit enter. This will launch the command prompt inside the folder of platform tools. Type in ADB devices and verify that you are getting an ID. If you're not getting this ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on revoke USB debugging. Use the official cable that came with your phone and use the USB 210 port on PC. So carry out this USB fixes and verify that you are having this ID. Once you're getting this ID, you will now have to unlock the bootloader on your phone. Do note that unlocking will wipe off all the data and it might make the warranty null and void as well. If that's all well and good, you could refer to my guide and get the job done. In short, boot the phone to the fastboot mode, then use the fastboot flashing unlock command. You will then get a prompt on your phone. So use the volume key to highlight unlock the bootloader and then press the power key to confirm. With this, the unlocking is now successful, and please make sure to re-enable USB debugging once again. So moving on, you could now download the ROM zip file from here. This is the Halogen OS. The build is vanilla without any GI packages. So download the Halogen OS, and this is the link. Let me show this the ROM zip file, and from there you could also download the boot recovery and vendor boot. So just give me a second. This is the official site of the Halogen OS website, and from here download all the files onto your PC. Just let me do a refresh once. I'll show the site as well. So open the official site of Halogen OS, then go to your phone, which is Nothing Phone 2, and from here download the stable ROM, the boot, and apart from boot is the vendor boot and the recovery. So download all the 3 files, all the 4 files, and once you have got the files, transfer the file inside the folder of platform tools. So just give me a second. This is the ROM zip file. First off, let's transfer it here. Then apart from that, also transfer the 3 IMG files, the vendor boot, recovery, and the boot IMG file. Let's transfer it here as well. For the ease of convenience, rename the ROM to something shorter. So let's rename it to rom.zip. And once that is done, you now have to boot the phone to the fastboot mode. For that, type in ADB reboot bootloader, hit enter. Your phone should now reboot into fastboot mode in a few seconds. Let's wait for that to happen. And once that is done, type in the command of fastboot devices. You will then get a serial ID on your PC. Let me show you that as well. If you're not getting this ID, then please install the fastboot drivers onto PC as well using my guide. Once you install the drivers, right click on the Windows icon and choose Device Manager. Then expand the Android phone section, and you could see your phone should now be shown here as Android bootloader interface. So this and the ID next to fastboot signify that your PC is able to read the phone in fastboot mode, and we are good to go ahead. So let's now start off with the ROM flashing. For that, first off, flash the boot IMG file. So you may copy the command and paste the command in the CMD window. Then you have to flash the vendor boot, and after that, flash the recovery file, the custom recovery. Let's flash all the 3 files onto our phone. Once that is done, type in the command fastboot reboot recovery. Your phone will not reboot to newly flashed recovery. This will take up to around 10 to 15 seconds for the first time. This might take a little bit longer. From the next time onward, that will not be the case. So let's wait for the phone to boot to the recovery mode, and from there we could then flash the ROM file as well. So wait for a few more seconds and let's verify the result. Let's verify if the ROM flashing has been done or not. And as you could see, we are now inside the recovery. So first off, go to factory reset, format data. As you could see, the formatting is now done. We are getting a data wipe complete message. So now go back, select apply update, apply from ADB, and you're now in the ADB sideload mode. So now type in ADB devices, verify that you are having a sideload keyword. That's all well and good. type in ADB sideload, file name which is rom.zip, and the flashing of the ROM will now start. This could take up to around 4 to 5 minutes. So let's wait for that to happen. Okay, one more thing. If you're having this issue of error applying update 7, that's not a cause of any concern. Just go to advanced, reboot to bootloader, and your phone will now boot to the fast boot mode. From there, you have to flash the SuperMD IMG file as well. So the file link is given here. Simply download the SuperMD IMG file from here and then flash the file using this command. So we have to wipe the super partition of our phone using this command. So download this file from here, the SuperMD IMG file. It's a 5.1 KB only. So just give me a second. I will be having this file already. This is the file of 5.1 KB. So copy the file from here, transfer the file inside the folder of platform tools, and now use this command to wipe the super partition using the SuperMD IMG file. Copy the command and paste it here. Hit enter. It's now done. So once that is done, type in the command fastboot, reboot recovery once again, and we will now move to the USB recovery, and from there we could once again flash the ROM file. So first off, I will advise you to do a format data once again, and after that we will do a ADB sideload. So let's do the formatting of the phone once again to be on safer side, and then we could flash the ROM file. So go to factory reset, format data, formatting is now done. Again go back, apply update, apply from ADB, and now use the command of ADB sideload rom.zip. Hit enter. Just give me a second. Hit enter. The flashing will now start, and this time around you will see that we have not got any issue whatsoever. So just to repeat, first off, if you are flashing the sideloading the ROM zip file and you are having this issue of error applying update 7, then simply reboot to the fastboot mode and wipe the super partition via this file and this command, and then once again reboot to the recovery, do a format data, and again do an ADB sideload, and this time there will be no issue whatsoever. As you could see in my phone as well, the flashing is now started. So let's wait for around 4 to 5 minutes. So guys, the flashing is now complete. If you want to flash any other zip files such as GApps, then first tap on yes and then flash the GApp package. So let's tap on yes. On the other hand, if you want to skip the GApp, then just tap on no and then choose reboot to the system. So for now, I will be flashing a GApp package as well. So you may go to my guide from here, GApps, and then choose the GApp package. There are quite a few variants. For example, the core GApps with the minimal GApp packages. Then we have the Go GApps, Basic, Omni, Stock, and Full GApp with all the GApp packages. For now, I'm using the core GApps with the minimal GApp package, and I'll be using the Nick GApps. You may use any of these following, but for now, I'm using the Nick GApps. So go there and then click on download now. From here, choose the release section, and from there choose the Android 15. Then choose the date and download the one of your choice. For now, I'm using the core GApps. Once you've got the GApp package, transfer the GApp package inside the folder of platform tools as well. So let me copy the GApp package from here, transfer it here, and now rename it to something shorter. So let's rename it to GApps, and the complete name becomes gapp.zip. So now go to apply update, apply from ADB, open the CMD window, type in the command ADB sideload gapps.zip, hit enter. The flashing of the GApp will now start. Will take up to around a couple of minutes depending on the GApp package which you have used. In my case, I've used the core GApps, which has the least GApp packages. Flashing will be somewhat faster, but if you have used the stock or full GApps, then the flashing might take a little bit longer. Anyway, with that said, the flashing is now done, and now I'm going to tap on reboot system now, and the phone will now boot to the OS. Depending on which GApp you have flashed, the booting up might take some minute longer. In core GApps, it's the fastest boot up, and since we have flashed the ROM for the first time, it will anyway take somewhat longer time. So let's at least wait for the boot animation to appear, which will signify the flashing has been done successfully, and the boot animation will now appear in around 10 to 15 seconds. And as you could see, we have got the new boot animation, which is quite impressive. I haven't used this ROM across any other phone till date. It's a new ROM only, and it's only there for around, I guess, 4 to 5 phones only for now. And the booting up was really fast. And tap on allow, and with this we are now inside the OS. The icons are similar to the Lineage OS, but the wallpaper looks quite nice. And this is the QS tiles settings, and from here you have all the tools. So it's a clean stock UI experience with just the minimal customizations and features. As you could see over here, it's similar to the Lineage OS, wherein you will not get many features and tweaks, but it's a clean stock and snappy UI experience. So let's go to the wallpaper and style, and from here you may choose the wallpaper and change the color as well of the themes of the UI UX of the theme. You may also switch between the light and dark theme from here. Likewise, let's see the clocks. Okay, so you may not even change the clock style, so it's same as Lineage OS because we don't have the option to change even the clock style. Then in the home screen, you could change the app grid size. For 5x5 is the maximum available, that's fine. Icon pack in the status bar, you choose from any one of these. Okay, it has only one single icon pack, no, you cannot change that even. Font is only a couple of fonts extra. Let's choose one. Applied. Shape, icon shape, you will apply it across the same in the both home screen and the adblock. As you could see, icon shape has been now changed. And go back, and that's just about it. If we go to the system menu from here, let me see that under the system gestures, it's the same gesture that you get across all the other AOSP ROMs. You may install the update from this section or using the recovery as well, but this is the easiest one. By the recovery, this might require a PC, so use this OD update only. And apart from that, the home settings, add icons to the home screen. You may hide the app from your dark status bar. Currently my theme is still dark, so that will not make any change whatsoever. And since I flagged the GI package, I could get the Play Store and the Play service in the backend as well. So guys, this is all from this video. As you could see, it's a clean stock UI experience with hardly any tweaks whatsoever. So this might be in sync with those users who like the LineageOS ROM, because it's somewhat along the same page as the LineageOS. So on that note, we round to this video. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section. And thanks a lot for watching.